Good morning students and my friends. Myself Komal Walde. Today we are discuss about the topic from the embryonic development and from the chapter reproduction in lower and higher animals. So in the embryonic development, in the previous video we discussed about the cleavage, blastulation and implantation. Today we discussed about the topic gastrulation. What is the gastrula? It is the formation of gastrula from the blastocyst. After the implantation of blastula in the endometrium or in the uterus, then formation of gastrula, in which the movement, rearrangement and the migration of cells takes place, and the formation of three germ layer. We can say that the formation of three germinal layers, which are endoderm, ectoderm and mesoderm. In the gastrulation, the formation of gastrula, and the gastrula has three layers of the germinals layer: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. The process of formation of gastrula from the blastocyst, that is the process known as gastrulation, in which two sequence or the two steps are involved. First one, differentiation of blastomere, means the blastomeres are divided into three layers, as well as the layers or the organs of embryo is moved at a definite place, means the morphogenetic movement as well as formation of three germinal layer. These are carried out in the process of gastrula or in the process of the gastrulation. The development or the formation of gastrulation is occurred at the 8th day after fertilization. It occurs at the 8th day after fertilization, in which the cells of the blastocyst is formed the hypoblast, and the hypoblast is known as the primitive endoderm. The hypoblast is known as the primitive endoderm. The free cells of the blastocyst, we know that in the implantation the one end is the free end and another end is the attached to the cells of Rauber. So the free cells or the free ends cells are formed the hypoblast, and the hypoblast is going down and formation of the endoderm takes place. The formation of endoderm takes place from the hypoblast. The another cells which are attached to the cells of Rauber, the cells or the end of that blastocyst which attach to the cells of Rauber, that cells are formed the epiblast. That cells of the blastocyst is formed the epiblast, and the epiblast is the primitive ectoderm. And after the division, redivision and division takes place, and from the epiblast the formation of the ectoderm is carried out. The formation of ectoderm is carried out. From the hypoblast, the formation of endoderm by the migration or by the division, rearrangement and the migration of the cells takes place, and from the hypoblast development of the endoderm, it is the first germinal layer which is differentiated from the blastocyst. The second germinal layer, which is known as the ectoderm, it is differentiated from the second cells or second group of the cell, that is the epiblast, and the epiblast is the cells which is attached to the cells of Rauber. And here the formation of ectoderm and formation of endoderm, means two germinal layers are formed in the blastocyst or from the blastocyst, that is in the gastrula. Again, in the endoderm, it forms a sac like projection or a sac. The endoderm form a sac which is known as the yolk sac, and the ectoderm form a cavity which is known as the amniotic cavity, The ectoderm form the amniotic cavity, and the roof of the amniotic cavity is formed the amnion. The roof of the amniotic cavity is formed amnion, and amnion is formed the embryonic membrane which support to the development of embryo and which protect the embryo development, or we can say that it protect and support the and surround the embryo at the time of fetus development. But the actual gastrulation means the formation of ectoderm and endoderm takes place, that is the two germinal layer. But actual gastrulation is carried out at the day of 15th. At the day of 15th means at the day of the fertilization, 15th day after fertilization, the actual gastrulation is formed, means the bilaminar structure which are ectoderm and endoderm in between the amniotic cavity and yolk sac, formation of the third layer or formation of the third germinal layer takes place after the 15th day of fertilization, that is the end of the gastrulation, formation of third layer, that is known as mesoderm, and the mesoderm is present or it is formed in between the amniotic cavity and the yolk sac. So this is the gastrula, and this is the structure of gastrula in which three germinal layers are formed, which are ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Anterior end of the primitive grooves with yolk sac and amniotic cavity, there is the third layer is present, and this third layer, which is known as the mesoderm, is developed from the primitive groove. The third layer of the mesoderm, which is developed from the primitive groove, and from that three layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, development of organogenesis takes place, means the organs of the fetus is developed from the ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. So we move on the process of the organogenesis. From the ectoderm, the development of means ectoderm give rise to epidermis of the skin, hair, nails, sweat glands, salivary glands, mammary glands, again the retina, lens, means the again cornea of eye, these are give rise from the ectoderm, as well as the enamel of teeth, epithelium of nasal is also give rise or is also formed from the ectoderm, as well as the hindgut, foregut and the ear, external ear and internal ear, both are the formed from the ectoderm layer. From the mesoderm, all types of muscles are formed. From the mesoderm, all types of the muscles are formed except the iris muscle of the eye. It is developed from the endoderm, but remaining all muscles are developed from the mesoderm. Along with the muscles, the dermis of the skin, heart, blood vessels, kidneys, these are formed from the mesoderm germinal layer, as well as urinary ducts, urinary duct as well as reproductive duct, both are developed from the mesoderm. And from the endoderm, the epithelium of midgut, glands of the stomach, glands of the intestine, these are formed from the endoderm, as well as the tongue, intestine, lungs, trachea, bronchi, liver, bladder, urinary bladder, urethra, vagina, these all are formed from the third germinal, that is the endoderm. Means or in the organogenesis, the organs are formed from the gastrula, or the organogenesis takes place from these three germinal layer, namely the ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. All the organs are formed from these three germinal layer after the gastrula. Means here the embryo is known as fetus. Here the embryo is known as the fetus, and the organogenesis takes place, and after the organogenesis means after the formations of organs all the organs are formed in the fetus, and this condition is now known as the pregnancy. This condition is now known as the pregnancy. Means what? The pregnancy is what? Carrying one or more embryos. Carrying one or more embryos in the uterus. This process is known as the pregnancy, or the condition of carrying embryos in the uterus. This is known as the pregnancy. The pregnancy is also known as the gestation. The pregnancy is also known as the gestation, in which the duration of that period, or the duration of that pregnancy period, is about 266 days. From the fertilization, the duration of the pregnancy is 266 days, that is the 38 weeks. And from the last menstrual cycle, or from last menstrual period, the duration or the period of the pregnancy is 280 days, that is the 40 weeks. Means what? 266 days plus 14 days. 266 days plus 40 days, that is known as the 280 days from the last menstrual period. The average duration of that pregnancy is in 9 months, and the 9 months are divided into 3 trimesters. The 9 months are divided into 3 trimesters. The first trimester is from the fertilization to the 12th week. The duration is 3 months. The duration is 3 months, and the first trimester is from the fertilization to the 12th week, in which the rapid changes takes place in the fetus as well as in the mother. The rapid changes takes place in the fetus as well as in the mother. In the first trimester, organogenesis takes place. Means in the fetus, all the organs, that is the organogenesis, takes place in the fetus. Reproductive system is changed in the mother. The organs which is formed in the fetus takes place, means the organogenesis is carried out in the 8th week. Means after the 8th week, the formation of organs takes place in the fetus. The size of the fetus is 3 centimeter long. The size of the fetus is 3 centimeter long, but in the small size, having the hand, leg, means the body is same as the adults. The body of the fetus is same as the adults, but it is in the rudimentary form, means it is non-functional. Again, the central nervous system is also well developed in the fetus, and the organogenesis or the development is found at the 8th week. At the 8th week, the organogenesis is developed. Heartbeats also heard from the 6th week. The movement of the fetus is also carried out, but it cannot be felt by the mother. The fetus movement cannot be felt by the mother. Again, in the mother's body, there is also undergoes rapid changes. High level of the progesterone. The progesterone level means the hormone progesterone level is high, and it initiates the changes in the reproductive system. The maternal placenta means the placenta which take part by the mother, it is also well developed. It is grow, and the uterus is also becomes larger, and in this period the mother experiences morning sickness and other characters also. In the second, then after first trimester, second trimester, and the duration of the second trimester is 13 to 26 week, means from the 4th month to the 6th month. The second trimester is from the 13th to the 26th week of after fertilization, and it is the 4th to the 6th month of the pregnancy. In this duration means in the second trimester the rapid changes occur in the fetus, means the growth of the fetus is very rapidly takes place and it is very fast, and the uterus grows enough to for the pregnancy. The fetus is very active and the hormone level are stabilized. In the second trimester the hormone level is stabilized. The HCG, that is the human chorionic gonadotropin, is decline, as well as the progesterone level is also changed. The ultrasound sonography of at the 18th to 20th week show the baby's growth, and the baby is half of the newborn baby, means the fetus size is half of the newborn baby, and the size is 50 centimeter. The 30 centimeter. In the second trimester the size of the fetus is 30 centimeter, as well as the weight of the fetus is again half of the newborn baby, in which the development of brain begins. Ultrasound sonography show the complete growth, means the growth of the baby, as well as the mother can feel the movement of baby in the second trimester, and after the second trimester it continue, means the gestation process is continues to the third trimester, and the third trimester, the duration of the third trimester is 27th week to the parturition. From the 27th week to the parturition, means the last 3 months is included, means the 6th month to the parturition. This duration is third trimester. In the third trimester the fetus grow about 3 to 4 kg, means the complete development takes place of the fetus. The size of the fetus is 2 to 5 kg, the weight of the fetus is 2 to 5 kg, and the size of the baby is 50 centimeter in length, in which eyes are open and the body means gain the weight. The body of the fetus gain the weight, as well as it grow, means it is completely grow. The uterus is expand and the mother's abdominal organs become compressed. The abdominal organs of the mother is compressed, and it leading to the frequent urination, morning sickness and digestive blockage, which seen in the mother. And after the third trimester the fetus is completely mature and completely developed, and it is ready for the process of parturition. This duration of the 9 months in the 3rd trimester, and in the 3rd trimester the changes are occurred by the mother as well as the fetus. At the end of that 3rd trimester fetus becomes fully developed and is ready for the parturition. This is the process of pregnancy. Okay, thank you.